the same number of clothing per person per year, the same number of vaccines, the same number of CO2 that you expel, all of that, right? That's equity. And that's a communism, but it's a gulag, right? Equity is a gulag. And there's fools setting up the system and thinking equity means anything else other than that. And then I looked at inclusion. And so inclusion, if you don't have this pedophile symbol outside your school, you're not inclusive. And why do I say it's a pedophile symbol? And I review this in the book because a triangle within a triangle within a triangle, which is the side of the trans flag, that is the gay lover symbol pursuant to the FBI. So we've plastered pedophile symbols all across our municipal architecture, our banks, our corporations, all in our schools. And you really need to go into my woke ideology section. So inclusion, people think inclusion means, well, we're going to have brown people, and we're going to have black people, we're going to have this people, that people, and we're going to have guys with breasts and dicks, and we're going to have lots of purple hair, and we're going to have all these people. What it really is inclusion, I found, was the only justification for CBDC. Inclusion means we're all in the net. It's the social credit system that attacks our speech, that prevents us and places us into the regulated subject, that puts us in the globalist court, and then governs it by social credit, and we're all governed by CBDC. Inclusion, every single way. When you go back to the bankers, when you go back to the looking at central bank digital currency, it's because we need to include everybody. Okay, so
there's another small important point I want to add to what you just said.
Yes.
Because who's not included? Well, white people, but especially white Christians.
Let's get that in diversity.
Yeah, right. So,
okay.
But why? Why?
Let's get that in diversity.
Who are the people most likely to resist the globalist power centralization agenda?
That's in the book. So diversity is diverse. Verse is in the word of God, right? Kill the word of God. Diverse. We think diversity is supposed to be, well, we have to represent statistically all of the people that are there, right? This is where you're getting at, who does it not represent? But what the human rights legislations have now done is created a hierarchy in two ways. Yes. So for racial discrimination, only racialized people can be discriminated against. So then the worst systemic discrimination that I've ever seen, ever set up, right? Systemic discrimination would be the system. And this is in modern times. There's, once society is based on complete slavery and oppression, you can come up with worse systems, of course. But in modern times, if you outlaw one race based on tone of skin from accessing the regime that would right the wrong, then that's a systemic discrimination. Now, if you say, and we're seeing this, that you can't say certain verses in the Bible, and I have examples from Finland where an MP, you can't say those verses because it's biblical concepts on gender, which affect Muslims, which affect Jews, which affect, Christians, and, those are the Abrahamic religions and other religions as well. The biblical concepts. Once you cannot articulate the biblical concepts, you have a reason to outlaw the verse of God.